Hello everyone, welcome back to another session with me. This will be the wrap-up session on Tangle Mrth and the reticular Pangea. We have explored a couple of arrangements, compositions, how to use the same tangles differently, create beautiful compositions, right? By now I think you have a fair idea of how you can use the same tangle differently and at the same time create a beautiful story, right? So today will be the last style of this series, and I'm just going to start right away with my 4 dots and with a sense of gratitude and appreciation towards the best of the tools and supplies that we have, towards this opportunity, towards the art form. I just joined these lines with a light hand to form a border, and then using my micron O1. So what I'm going to do is probably just place my mrth in this kind of a shape. Yeah, so it's a rough string. I have drawn it pretty lightly. Yeah, so just going to use its reference, and let's see how does it turn out to be. I'm not going to think much where, how, what. Just going with the flow. So leaving the ends empty or open so that if I want to push in something inside, I can, right? So once I've done that, again I'll start with the same exercise. And start adding those lines. Probably I'll start with some straight lines. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, again. Just drawing double lines, somewhat at the same distance, but not thinking much. Yeah, and then I'm going to cross add a grid, basically a square grid but with double lines, right? So take your time and slowly do that exercise. Drawing behind, not cutting lines anywhere. Even if you cut it, I think it won't make much difference here because I'm going to add some big orbs and ink it. Tangle, also called as chemistry. Yeah, probably 3 layers or 4 layers. Insert something else in between. I'm just going with the flow. Yeah. So now let us add an orb. With a slight highlight, right? I'll show you what did I do here. Small little curve. here and here, left a small highlight, and then ink the rest of the space like this. Again, yeah, small little curve here, here, complete the orb, leave a small highlight and ink the rest. These curves give the effect of the lines going inside. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to do that for all. Yeah. So take your time. This will involve some inking, so be patient. Yeah. So I will do exactly the same for these two rows and these, right? And post that we will see what do we want to do in between. In between probably we'll do something else, insert some Mocha or some fescues, right? Probably Mocha would be a nice idea. I love to use Mocha as a filler. And Mocha with Flux is an excellent combination. So take your time, have fun, enjoy, right? So I'm going to continue with these orbs, complete those first. So I'm almost done with drawing my orbs, and you can see how they add so much of drama to the tile. Yeah, wherever inking is involved, tangles which have bold inking involved will always add. And now I'm moving on to my Mrth. Right, so you can just ink this section, change the direction of the lines. Yeah. So just the way we draw Mrth, I'm just going to continue in the same fashion, right? change the direction. Again, continue drawing the lines. Take your time. Yeah. Third one. And continuing in the same fashion, moving on to the last one. Right, so these sections that are left, it is up to us. We can either leave it like that, or you can add any other tangle of your choice. Right, so entirely up to you. You can leave it empty, you can add printum, you can add cofring, a whole lot of things that you can do, or you can leave it empty like that. Right, so whatever you feel like. Right, so I just added some printums here. Yeah, and we'll see if we want to do anything in this section. Probably add some cofring like this. Yeah, small little things that you can do to enhance. Yeah, this place again, you can leave it empty, or you can add some more printums. Either way it is fine. Yeah, so now let us move to the next section. So this part again, you can either continue with these lines, or you can add something else, right? So let us see what do we want to do. Probably I will continue with some of the lines, but give it a little different look. Yeah, probably melting mocha. Yeah, or the line and the fescue. Start another line and continue. Extend this line there. Yeah, again come from the side, add a fescue, add an aura, draw another line, come down. The mocha is melting, extend this line. Yeah, again come from this side, add a fescue, add an aura, extend this aura here and this one here. Again come down, add a fescue, add an aura, add another aura, bring it down, extend this line down because they are melting. Fescue and aura, extend this, connect it. Yeah, so that's the way to draw melting mochas. Again bring it down, add another line, extend this, again rotate, bring it down, add an aura, again melting, extend it, right? Again a fescue, add an aura, bring it down and connect it here. Right, so it's so much fun to draw melting mochas. like this, right? So we have drawn a couple of them. Now let us fill in the rest of the space. Again, up to you, how do you want to go about it? You can add anything of your choice. Let's see, let us add some, probably flux or something like that. Yeah, so we're just going to add some flux in some of the sections. Flux without tipple is incomplete, so add some tipples here and there, fill up small little spaces, lift here and there. Yeah, so take your time, pick another section, probably this one. Flux and tipple, that's all I'm doing. Yeah, done with two sections, moving on to the third. Yeah, so three sections we have filled up flux. Rest of the sections up to us, what do we want to do there? So let us add some, probably shattuck. So shattuck is another Zentangle original, so is Mocha's. So this is Tangle Shattuck. Yeah, so I'm going to fill in the rest of the sections like this. Start from one end, reach the other, then change the lines are almost at 90 degrees to each other. Yeah, so I'll do this for all. Take your time. Keep changing angles. Line starting from one end to the other, almost at 90 degrees to each other. Yeah, so I'll continue like this. So I'm done with my tangling part. Yeah, so let us now move on to shading. So what I did here, a small thing, I inserted a orb here as if it is lying inside, and I liked it. Yeah, so somewhere hidden inside my Mrth, small little thing that I did, and I liked it. Yeah, so let's move on to shading our tile now. So these spaces I'm just going to probably add on one side and see if there is a need to add horizontally also. Right now I'm just adding shading vertically. Yeah, let's blend and then see if more is required. Yeah, so we have added on one side just to give the impression of something under and the orbs being over it. Yeah, and then again here also we can do the same thing. Just add on one side. Spaces are small, so just don't add too much. Yeah, keep it simple. You don't want the entire thing gray. It would be nice to keep the shading to minimum as far as this area is concerned. Some on the intersections here. Just lightly blurring the graphite. Moving on to Mrth. Yeah. So adding graphite here adds that depth, something going inside. Yeah, and then the melting mochas, again I'm going to probably stick to one side. Without adding too much. just adding graphite on one side. Yeah. So let us now pick up our chalk. Again, add some highlight here. Some on the printums, just a soft touch, and some on the other side of the mochas where we have not added graphite. To give that high and low effect. So use a chalk, different Tortolon to brush off the excess, blend it, merge it, soften it. Right? If you want, you can add a little here because you have added shading on one side. Yeah, I think that's it. A little bit of re-emphasizing the dots with your jelly roll would be a good idea, just in case they are not visible very clearly. You can always go back to them and use your jelly roll. Yeah. Peeping through. Yeah, I think we are done. Nothing else required here. Right? So that's our tile for today. So if you want, you can redo some of the lines. Entirely optional. Feel like after your shading, you can revisit your melting mochas and redo some of the lines. Yeah. So I'll put my chop now. Sign and date your tile. Yeah. So I'll see you again with another new series. Right. This was a wrap up of our series on Tangle Mrth and the reticular Pangea. I'm sorry. So see you again. Bye bye. Take care.